All right. So supply and demand, also known as just support and resistance, um, is a way to kind of help um, capture bigger moves in the market, which really helps you minimize your losses and can help you maximize profits by just going for bigger moves in the market, right? So starting on a 4-hour chart, we'll find levels that price will come towards and kind of make big reactions off of, right? So, um, as you can see right here, right, kind of consolidated near it, made the big move down. Right here, it came and tested it, big move up. Um, Sometimes it'll consolidate a tiny bit more, but right here and right here, every time, big moves down, right? So we're just finding those kind of key 4-hour levels that'll hold a lot of weight on price. So we have another one right here. I'm actually going to change these to red. I like to do my 4-hour levels in red, and then we'll just kind of map out a few more here. So this level goes a bit farther back, but same thing. There's a little bit of a level somewhere around here. All right. I'm actually just going to go ahead and extend this and bring it to just this one. All right, so there's not always going to be a ton of 4-hour levels. It also really just depends on how volatile the market is, how much movement there is and whatnot, because whenever market's not volatile, it's going to be a lot choppier. And so there's not going to be as much 4-hour levels where, like, if you look back here and stuff, right? It's just very choppy, not clean. So when there's more volume like today, it's just a lot cleaner and you're gonna have more levels. So now we'll drop to a 30-minute chart, right? Same thing, we're gonna find some 30-minute zones. Ideally, I like these to be inside or near 30-minute or near 4-hour zones, right? So I'm gonna mark these out in green. So this one's right underneath the 4-hour zone. All right. And then we have another one that's kind of like right here. Sometimes they're going to be a bit bigger, sometimes they're not, but I like to just make them a little bit smaller just so I can kind of help file down the entries. All right. And then we do have another kind of right around here. So this one's right around it, but it's pretty near. So we'll call this good for now. So the way we trade these zones is either through break and retests, all right, meaning right here we'll look at structure. Okay, so structure, we are continuously making lower highs, lower lows. So right now we're in a bearish structure. And so for the break and retest, here's one I took. I'll try and explain it. But so right here, we kept holding this zone down here as support. We broke through it. Then you can see on this green candle here, it was the 10 a.m. candle. We broke through, ended up coming up retesting on the 30-minute chart, and we closed under. That was our key to short. Right. Another way we can look for entries besides break and retest is for liquidity sweeps. Okay, so right here we had this 30-minute zone that was created prior and it was kind of holding overnight into the next morning. Right, so we'll find a liquidity sweep. So right here, there's a lot of liquidity. This was another trade that I was taking. We got that sweep and then we closed under. We ended up coming down into the 4-hour level. Um, Came back up towards it and then kept going lower, right? And then same thing over here. This one wasn't as clear, but this was a bull trap, right? We were still inside the 30-minute zone, came up, and we actually were retesting this 4-hour level, right? We swept liquidity into it, dropped, had a pretty big candle that closed below, and we sold off aggressively, right? I'll try and find one more example, um, just so you can kind of see. But so right here, here's another example, right? We have all this resting liquidity in this candle right here. It comes down below, soaks all that liquidity inside the 4 hour, 30-minute zones, closes above it, and price proceeded to move up into the next day open and the day after. So supply and demand is a really simple way to kind of just um, find key areas in the market where you're able to capture big moves while minimizing risk, but also kind of allowing yourself to have a lot of free time in a sense, right? You're able to just, I can set an alert right here, right? Set an alert. And that way, once it gets above this level, once it starts approaching my next 4 hour level, then that's when I know to get on the markets, right? I don't need to sit here all morning and watch it. I'll just set an alert, wait for it to come up to my level, and then I'll hop on the chart, wait for some type of confirmation, whether that's a break and retest or a liquidity sweep to catch the reversal. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, but yeah.